Hi, this is Randy Wykoff, the Dean of the College of Public Health at East Tennessee State University, and I'm pleased to provide this week's update on COVID-19 for the Appalachian Highlands for the week of July 5th. I hope everyone had a happy and healthy July 4th weekend. As you know, I like to follow deaths per million, so if you go to Worldometer and hit the U.S., then hit deaths per million, you can see where all the states are. When we started this in April, Tennessee and Virginia were very small compared to New York in terms of deaths per million. Since then, all three have been growing significantly faster in our area, such that by July 5th, Virginia has increased sevenfold. Tennessee has increased almost fivefold. We've been following, as I've shown you in other slides, the growth rate of the deaths in the U.S. Early on, there was a very rapid growth rate, and then it slowed down. And then in the last couple of weeks, it's either leveled off or stayed the same. So we're seeing continuous, what I would call a slow burn pandemic. It's not gone away. We're still seeing each week, we're seeing an increase in the number of deaths. If you look at Virginia, it followed the U.S. pattern pretty well until the last 2 weeks, when we've seen a pretty significant uptick. So this tells me that the pandemic is spreading more rapidly in Virginia than it is in the rest of the United States. And Tennessee, we've seen a less clear pattern because the numbers keep going up and down. But again, in the last couple of weeks, we've seen a consistent growth rate somewhere between 8 and 15%. That means every week we're getting 8 to 10 to 15% more deaths than we had the week before. So clearly, Tennessee is also seeing a growth in this pandemic. If you look at the percent increase just over the past week for all 50 states, there's Tennessee and Virginia. Again, we're right up near the top. Tennessee's reported over 50,000 cases and 637 deaths, largely but not exclusively in the metropolitan areas. Virginia has had 65,000 cases and about almost 2,000 deaths. And again, the reason that they're seeing more deaths compared to the number of cases is probably because Tennessee is testing more. And again, largely in their metropolitan areas. In our region, we've had almost 7,000 cases and 170 deaths. And again, largely in the metro areas, but not exclusively. There's a great deal more information on our website, but I think the pattern that we're clearly seeing is that the pandemic is continuing to grow. It seems to be picking up in Virginia and in Tennessee, and this is something we need to follow closely. Certainly not time to let up our guard. Again, more information on our website, and if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'd be happy to try to find an answer. Thank you very much.